Okay, folks, it's been another 6 days. It's exactly 54 days since the swarm. 6 days ago, I put in another bar of brood for my other hive. This is it. And there is no queen cells. They still did not make a queen cell. And I had eggs all the way out to the very end where the queen had laid. I mean, there's eggs all the way to the end, so they had a lot of eggs to choose from. But they never did make a queen again. A comment I had on one of my videos that maybe I didn't have enough nurse bees farm to make the royal jelly. So this time I added the frame with a little more nurse bees, and still nothing. This frame here I added in, it was an empty frame I had in one of my spare boxes. They've added honey to it a little bit, and they've not done anything with it except it looks like they've traveled over it quite a bit because it's darker than it was when I put it in. But they've tried nothing there. I put this in there in case there was still a queen. She'd give her room to lay eggs. She's not done anything here. I went through the whole hive again. Of course, there's some more honey I need to get rid of, but here's again the mystery. They have made this supersedure cell, and there's bees going in and out of it, attending it. This is 3 bars down from where the eggs were at. And on the comb right next to it, they've ate out the comb to give room for this supersedure cell. So there's a cavity built, ate out all the way around this for them to put a queen in it. There is nothing in here. It's ate out, as you can see, very well around it, ready to put something in there, but they've built this without the queen. I don't get it. No signs of a queen. They had plenty opportunity to build a queen cell with eggs 3 frames down, and yet they're working on this one here where there's been no eggs for a long time. Nothing in it. Here is one thing that's troubling, and like I say, it's been 54 days since the swarm. I have a couple of drone cells here being produced. They're spotty. There's a couple on each side of this frame. This is the only frame that they're on in the whole hive, and you would think that that would mean I've got a laying worker. And there is larvae in there. So, is it a laying worker? Or could it be a queen that didn't get fertilized? I believe I read somewhere where a queen that doesn't get fertilized will just lay drone cells. So, is that why they've never really tried to build a queen cell with the eggs? I don't know, but there are actual drones in here, and these did not come from anything I've added. The bees are still kind of awful calm for not having a queen. Since they won't make their own queen, I think what I'm going to have to do, and my only option here, is to try to order a queen in the mail and hopefully get her in here and get her laying. Again, that's going to be 21 days or more before they start hatching out. This here hive is going to be out of worker bees. unless they can live a little longer because their honey stores are full. So maybe instead of the 6 weeks or so of life in the summer, spring and summer, maybe they can live another extra month or so. But like I say, they're not attacking me. They're not acting like they're queenless. They won't make a queen. Got about 12 or 15 drone cells. And we have a supersedure cell that they love to work on, it looks like. And they built all the way around it, ready to put something in there. That should have happened by now. If they had started that supersedure cell over a week ago, you know, should have had some action by now. Anyway, again, I don't understand. Well, folks, I had to buy a queen, and I put her in about 5 days ago, and I just had to check. It's kind of late in the evening to be getting in a beehive, but there's not as many bees in here as a big hive. So I thought I'd take a quick look. I just couldn't wait any longer to see if the queen I put in there has started laying eggs. And she has. I have little bitty eggs. There's no really larvae yet because she's only been in here 4 days, going on 5 days. But I was able to take a frame here and get my little trusty spotlight, and you can look in there and you can see eggs, and they're laying down. So the new queen I got is doing good. She's starting to lay, which is a great thing. It's something I've been waiting for. And this here again, if I've counted my days all right, it's day number 60. So it's been 60 days since they swarmed back in April 17th. I have many questions and not enough answers. Gave them two chances of building their own queen from the eggs, from brood from another hive, the beehive. They never did. It still has a couple drones cells. I looked at them, they're still there. There's not any more. So I don't think I'm going to have a problem with a laying worker. My opinion is, I'm assuming that there might have been a queen in here a lot of this time, but she was a virgin queen. She never did get bred on her mating flight. So there was enough scent of her maybe to keep the bees together and not really get crazy, because they've done pretty good. They're more upset right now with me in here with into the brood area where the new queen has started to lay than they have really been the whole time. So I think we're going to be okay. We got baby bees coming. There's still a few bees in here, but it's going to be 21 days almost now before these start to hatch out. They've got plenty of supplies. On a couple of frames, I did see some fresh pollen being brought in. There's new fresh pollen, so they know they need some pollen for the new bees. There's a lot of older pollen there too, maybe bee bread, because it's it's darker, like they've already maybe turned it into bee bread. But they are bringing some fresh pollen in. The numbers are a little lower though, so I'm going to combine the hive and bring it closer together and make it as easy as I can for the bees to patrol and to take care of it. No hive beetles again, of course. I will throw a couple more peppermints in here. The peppermints are gone from 5 days ago. I don't know if I said this or not. 60 days it took finally to get this hive back on track. So I'm going to get it closed up here, leave these bees alone for a while now, and I might check on them in a couple weeks just to see how much the new queen has started laying. I was able to buy one from a supply house close by. They have a lot of bee supplies. He had one queen left, and I told him I'm coming to get it. So I drove over there and got it, and I'm glad I did, because it's been over 104, 107 heat index here. I was afraid trying to get one in the mail. I didn't know if it'd make it here or not very easily, unless I could have picked it up at the post office. Pretty hot for bees though to be in packages. So I'm very blessed to get this. I'm glad to get this hive going again. Hopefully again in a few weeks they'll start building their numbers back up. They still have plenty of honey, and I think really if they get going again here, I may have to open the hive a little bit and let them get ready for fall then. So folks, thank you on this adventure. I'm glad to finally see something good come out here. And if anybody has any ideas of what maybe has really happened here or has had some similar experiences, please share it with me. I can always use the help. Thanks again for watching, and as always, God bless you.